Hi America, welcome to my channel. Do all that YouTube stuff down below and let's get going. So today we are doing a full face of Wet n Wild makeup. Now there is a little bit of a caveat here. I was under the impression that I owned the Wet n Wild brow kit. I know I've purchased in the past, I've used it for a long time. I know I've repurchased it, but when I went looking for it, I could not find it. So in its place today, we are just going to be using the e.l.f. pencil along with the shadow from one of their new kits. Other than that, I think everything is going to be, oh, and the concealer, but we're going to be using Catrice, which is just as affordable as Wet n Wild, if not more so in some cases. So, let's just get into this. First thing we are going to be doing is opening up my new Wet n Wild brow lift. This is, I want to say, my fourth repurchase of this. I'm actually going to throw this one out right now because that's all that's left, and sharpening it is getting to be a pain in the butt. So, new pencil, and we are just going to take this and we are going to go under the brow and just shape these things out and add a nice brow highlight. And we're going to do the same thing on the top just to help us get the shape of our brows. We'll blend this out before it's all done. Alright. Okay, so I'm going to do it that lid. Alright, back the lid back on. And we're going to take that e.l.f. pencil that I just had in my hand a second ago, and we're just going to warm it up a little on the back of our hand and fill in underneath just like that, and the tail where it needs to be just a little darker. Just like so. I really do enjoy the e.l.f. brow pencil as well. It doesn't work as well as some of the more expensive stuff out there, but especially if you are working on a budget, this absolutely will work for you. And it even has the spoolie. So, alright, and so we're just going to fill in the front of the brows then with the powder from this. And we will use one of these brushes. Let's use this little angle brush. Actually, we don't want to use that one because it's caked in something. So, we'll use this. I'm also going to try to keep, I have a few Wet n Wild brushes, probably more than a few, but we're going to try to keep all of my brushes today to Wet n Wild and e.l.f. So we're just going to fluff that into the front of the brow. Like so. And this new formula that Wet n Wild has for their eyeshadow, which you'll see in a little bit here, it's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. For drugstore, for high-end, for anything. So next we're going to go in with my Catrice, and this is number 005, and we're just going to use this as our primer for our lids. Now, if you saw my full face using e.l.f., I did have an e.l.f. primer, and it was god-awful. And I do have the Wet n Wild primer, which I will be using today, but I could not find the Wet n Wild eye primer if they make one at all. So we're just going to be doing this. That Catrice concealer, I think it's about $4 or $5. my Ulta near me finally started carrying it in store because I wasn't going to pay them to ship me a $4 concealer. So I'm just gonna fill that out. I prefer to use my fingers for this because my eyes can be set pretty far back, and just getting into that little corner right there, it's just easier to do it with my finger. Alright, next we are going to set it with my Wet n Wild in Brulee. If I can get it opened. And this is not a Wet n Wild brush. It's one of my Harry Potter brushes, but it's also a knockoff brush. I didn't know it when I bought it, but it was. Well, I could say it definitely is. But it only cost me $1, so not gonna complain. It serves my purpose. Okay, and now that is all set in there. Alright. Now we are going to go in with, we're going to start with the transition color in the crease, and let's see, I think we could use this brush for the crease. Wet n Wild doesn't label their brushes, but it's one of those nice little pink ones that they recently started selling that you can even find at Dollar Tree. So we're gonna go in and just put that between your natural crease, which is here, and the occipital orbit. Right up into there. Alright. Blend, 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 blend. And I mean, this stuff, it does blend so well. I was using something the other day. It was a high-end, it was a high-end shadow, and I've used it a few times, but I just could not get it to blend. I don't know if it was just having a bad shadow day or what the problem was, but it just would not blend. This stuff blends so easily. I just absolutely love it. And if this is your first time to my channel, I am an obsessive blender. I will sit here for an hour and blend, and I do not edit my videos because you don't learn anything. I think we've all watched those videos where, you know, all of a sudden it's just like, how did you do that? Wait, go back. So, yeah, I don't like to edit down what I'm doing. I like it when you guys can see what it is I'm up to, and you can really see in real time how much effort it took to blend, what the pigmentation was like, and just get a real idea of what how the product behaves. So next we are going to go in with this pink color, and take this nice round brush and just hit that in there. Now I'm not as thrilled with this pink shade. I wish it was just a little bit punchier, but it does create a really beautiful nude looking eye. That is just personally not a look that I subscribe to very often. I try. The other day I woke up and I'm like, I'm gonna do a natural makeup day today, and I walked out of the house with blue eyeshadow. So yeah, it's a personal taste thing. I just really prefer more dramatic eye looks, but it's my preference, and I'm sure you have yours. So, get that. I'm just trying to build it up as much as I possibly can, but I think that is gonna be about it. And I'm kind of wondering if I took like a NYX pencil, the milk pencil, if it would kind of pump it up a little bit, but I'm not going to do that today because I'm trying to keep everything to Wet n Wild, and even though it is still technically drugstore, I'm just not gonna do it today. And then this is an elf brush, yes. And we're just gonna take that and we're gonna go into on the outer 1/3 and up into your real crease. Now this is looking a little messy right now, but we're gonna get there. I really want to build out that outer corner just to get it a little bit more my style. Okay, so let's take a little closer look. As you can see, it's a very natural look, but let me swatch these for you real quick. So this is the transition shade. This is that color that I used on the inside brow. This is the white, which I have not used, and I probably won't for this look. There's not very much to it. And that is the pink. Actually, it shows up really good with my finger. Let me go in real quick with that. Just tap this on my lid and see what happens. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Okay. Now we're in business. Okay, way better. All right, I'm happy now. Okay, so next we're going to just clean some of this up. And we're just going to take a makeup wipe. And we're going to start in this corner and wipe our way out of it. And same thing in this corner, and wipe. Doing this will lift up your eyes, creating a little bit of a younger you. Alright, so next we are going to go in with the Wet n Wild primer. This is almost empty. It's not my favorite primer for sure. It doesn't stand out to me in any particular way, but like even as a budget one, I wouldn't suggest it because my favorite primer right now is from The Ordinary, and that is $4.90. You can get it on Sephora.com or just from The Ordinary itself, but if you have Sephora Flash, you don't have to pay for the shipping on it. So there you go. Next we're going to go in with the, oh, I got that stuff everywhere. Put a little extra on my cheeks. Around my nose where I tend to get a little oily. Okay. Now we're going to go in with the Wet n Wild Photo Focus in Porcelain for my pale, pale, pale face. I definitely like the paddle on here. I definitely like it more than some of the doe foot applicators. Sometimes I feel like the doe foot just doesn't pick up enough product. I feel like I have a little bit more control over how much I get in a swipe with the paddles. And I'm just blending this in with a damp beauty blender because this formula can be a little dry. And I found that the damp beauty blender is really the best way to go about getting this on and blending it out. And this is looking really pale on me. Oh wow. I own this in 2 shades, but I have been really pale lately because it is April, and yeah. So I've just been reaching for whatever the palest thing I own is. But this is really, really pale. But we will make it work. Put that down the neck so we can make sure there's not a line. Now I would say this is at best a medium coverage. I've heard people say it's buildable. I really don't think it is. But I mean, you saw how much I put on. It's covering what I have, but if you have, you know, more troublesome skin than I do, then this is not going to cover like big zits or anything like that. I have one right here, and I mean, you could just see it poking through. And now I'm just trying to get this blended out on my brow. And we still need to take care of that line on my brows, and we will do that just a second. Yikes, I look pale. That's alright. We're gonna put on some contour. And this will be fine. I just don't think that my concealer is pale enough anymore. So, get out my little mini blender and get right up in there along the brow to get that blended out. Now we're going to go back in with the concealer. Now, I just got a new setup. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you might notice that things look a little different. And I have all my makeup available to me now, instead of having to film in one place and my makeup usually is stored away. Because I don't have a place, I didn't have a place in my house to actually do my makeup. I would do my makeup at the kitchen table. And I had this giant storage bin that I would pull out every morning and do my makeup and then put all my makeup back into the storage bin. So if I just needed a touch up during the day or whatever, I'd have to drag out this giant container. And I don't have to do that anymore. But the really nice thing is that I bought this vanity mirror, which is also providing me with my lighting now, that I can actually use to do my makeup. Well, I noticed, because I'm keeping all of my stuff in this little container, which in front of the lights. Well, these lights get super hot. And so my concealers are blending and going on so much smoother because they're warmed up now before I put them on. Now, I'm not telling you to go put your concealer in the microwave, but if you have a warm place to store it, I would definitely do that because it really is making a huge difference in how my concealers are going on. And that's both of them. Right now I'm going back and forth between the Catrice and the NYX HD. And they both are just working so much better and go on so much smoother. It's incredible. Alright. So next we are going to go in with the contour, and we're going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette. And we're going to be using some e.l.f. tapered brushes. And I can't use this color straight. It's just way too dark for me. So I usually just tap it into the brown and then tap it into this yellow color on the side just to get a color that won't look absolutely ridiculous on me. Oh, and I forgot to set my under eyes. We'll do that in just a second. See how dark that is? We got to go back in with some of that yellow. Get that under control. And you know, you can always go back into with your beauty blender, which I might end up doing here. So we're going to take some of this and we're just going to go down the side of my nose with that tapered brush. Just really gently. Nothing too ridiculous. Yeah, we're going to have to go back in with that. This foundation is so pale. It's really, this contour is way too dark. But that's okay, because we can fix it. So, let me first set my under eyes before that starts breaking apart. And we're going to do that with this other tapered brush. Now they look exactly the same, so I keep stickers on this one. Just to remind me which one is for powders and which one is for contour. And we are using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Pressed Face Powder to set this. And a little around the nose, a little around the chin. Now overall, I'm really liking how this is looking. My contour looks a little crazy right now, but we will fix that. Alright. And let's just go back in with the Beauty Blender and we will just even that out a little bit. What do we say? Let's get my mirror, get nice and close in here, see what I'm up to. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, this foundation is just so freaking pale on me, which actually, like from here, like looking at the mirror in here, it doesn't look so bad in the lights. It doesn't look so bad in person. Oh, wow. but we're getting there, because now we've got our face warmed up with the bronzer, and the bronzer doesn't look crazy anymore. Alright, now we're going to go in with the blush, and for the blush we are going to use the Wet n Wild Color Icon in Ombre. It doesn't have another color on it because it was probably on the tag and it came off. It's this really light peachy color though. We're not going to actually use it as an ombre though. I'm going to take my Wet n Wild blush brush though, and we're just going to paint that on the cheeks. Alright, we are in the home stretch. That's a good thing, because these lights are getting warm. Alright, so next we are going to go in with the highlighter, and this is Botanic Dreams from the Mega Glow Highlighting Powder collection. And let's go in with my big round highlighting brush. And I love Wet n Wild highlighters. They are just absolutely incredible. And we're just going to take this other little brush and we're going to go into the brow bone, and this will tie the look together. Alright. Now I just realized I don't have eyeliner either, so I have a couple options here. But I think what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to go back in with this and a smudge brush. And we're just going to go in under there. Because this is kind of a natural look anyways, so no need for liner. Alright, so the next step is going to be lashes. And where is my eyelash curler? There it is. Okay, so we're going to curl my lashes real quick, and then I have the new Lash-O-Matic. I don't know how new it is, but it said new on the packaging, and I want to say I've seen it maybe once, but I don't know, it just kind of caught my eye today. So we're going to give this a try and see what happens. It's the Lash-O-Matic 1, 2, 3 steps. So it says that we put on the mascara first, and then we go in with step 2, and then we go back in and do step 3. Oh wow, these are actually really a lot larger than I thought. Oh, that was a little smaller. But I thought that these were going to be the same size, and they are obviously not. So let's go in first with the prime step. I'm getting some length. It says it's supposed to make my eyelashes 39 times larger. We'll see about that. So there we go. That's the first coat. And then we'll go in with the lengthening step. Lash fibers. Oh, that's interesting. It's actually like really fuzzy. Oh, I don't think this is going to be good for my contacts. It's like putting cotton candy on your eyelashes. That's so weird. I've never seen anything like this. I just thought it was going to be like another one of those white you know what I'm talking about, like those white primers. This stuff is, oh, this is weird. Oh, look at that. Alright, well, let's see what you do here, Wet n Wild. Alright. And let's go back in with the seal. Wow. They're definitely bigger. You can definitely see a difference. I just don't know how I feel about this. I mean, I usually do at least 3 coats on my lashes anyways. So it's not like it's taking a whole lot of extra time. They do, wow, okay. I do like this. I'm gonna let you know down in the description box like how it lasted and if it interfered with my contacts in any way. But wow, that is pretty cool. Okay. Alright, so last step, we're gonna do lips. And I'm going to go in with the Wet n Wild Gel Lip Liner. I don't think there's a color left on here. It's probably in the box. And actually, I might clean up a little bit. Now I'm going to be very quiet because if you saw my last video where I tried to talk while I did lip liner, that was not good. So let this get in here. I do love this color though. Okay. And then for the lips, we're going to go in with the Liquid Catsuit in Coral Corruption. Now this color might look a little intimidating in the container, but I really love this color. It is such a great summer, spring color. I don't know. And the Liquid Catsuit formulas, they really are good, especially for $5. Except the metallics. Stay away from the metallics. The metallics are garbage. So that is it. Full face, Wet n Wild. I'm pretty happy with how I'm looking. It's natural. It's not over, you know, it's not, the eye look is not overwhelming like I usually would do, but that's fine. You know, so natural makeup is absolutely fine on some days. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. So I'm going to go about the rest of my day. It's already halfway over anyways, but we're gonna go out the rest of my day, and I will put down in the description box how it wore through the day, what I thought of this mascara, you know, if it started flaking off on me or what the deal is. But I'm really loving my lashes right now. So that's all I got for you today, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.